Girls and young women are discriminated disproportionately.
I face so many challenges. One of them is peer pressure.
Completing education.
Because of lack of school fees, people are talking about you.
Girls face a lot of violence within their communities, being defiled, mostly by close relatives. A lot of pushback in terms of girls' rights, women's rights, religious, cultural fundamentalism, which is coming up against some of the policies and some of the laws that we had really pushed for, which are very progressive. My name is Memories Zondeka Chambwa. I'm the Executive Director for FemNet, which is the African Women Development and Communication Network. So we are a network organization with over 800 members across 50 African countries, as well as the diaspora. Our work is on influencing policy, it's on advocacy, it's on communication. It's also a lot of mobilizing African women's voice and participation in policy spaces. And really what we want to do is to take global policies to make sure that they're implemented at the regional as well as at the national level, and also to take the experiences of women at a national level to influence regional and global policy as well.
We work with teenage girls between the ages of 14 years to 18 years. And the aim of the program is to, the overall goal is to strengthen the teen feminists' work in Africa.
We realized that we had a huge gap in our work in terms of engaging young women, teenage, adolescent girls. We were wondering what happens to the young girls. How do we make sure that they are part of making decisions, they are part of the policy making spaces. Most of the young girls are active on issues of women's rights, on girls' rights, when they are in school, when they're in college, but they sort of like disappear. We don't find them in the same spaces that we are at. So that's where we started as FemNet. As FemNet, we have a strategy which we have put in place, and this is a strategy which we developed with the girls.
We have three key pillars. One is to institutionalize the work that teenage girls are doing in FemNet, and to profile and document the work that they are doing, and to also create a network of teenage girls in Africa.
We have made sure that girls, they are speaking for themselves, and we as FemNet are not speaking for them, but they have the confidence to be able to express their experiences and demand what they want from the policymakers.
For instance, in Kenya, we had a teenage mom who is working with our partner and challenging the narrative that teenage moms they still have the right to have education.
My name is Winnie Muyam Haemba, and I'm from Kibra, and I'm a young mother. I study in Star High School. I'm 16 years. For me, the challenges that I face is like discrimination. Like you see, mali unakaa, people wanasema because umepata pregnancy, this is the end of you. For me, since I joined Polycom, imenisaidia in raising my son. For me, FemNet and Polycom have helped me a lot. Without them, maybe I could have not have those things for maternity. For me, what I tell people is to think about killing yourself. There's a thing about you, something special.
We have profiled different girls from different regions, from different countries. We have facilitated for them to be in different policy spaces, to contribute. For example, when we were reviewing the Beijing Declaration 25 years, we have also linked them to be in the process of the Generation Equality Forum, and we have made sure that in everything that we do, we have a say for girls.
In Angola, we also had the problem of girls lacking access to SRHR services. The community has not been very supportive. Those who are speaking up against, or advocating for access to SRHR services, sometimes they are seen as, rebels in their communities.
Para falar pouquinho do nosso centro de luz do Liceu José Manuel Salocombo. É gabinete novo, abrimos em tempos e estamos aqui que é para poder transmitir informações sobre saúde sexual e reprodutiva às meninas dessa escola. Nós temos feito algumas atividades aqui. Nesse momento estamos a fazer o Com Elas, que é uma atividade que nos permite conversar com as meninas gestantes, saber pouquinho das dificuldades que elas enfrentam na escola, na sociedade, nos hospitais. Estudantes dessa escola, do José Manuel Salocombo, com o intuito, com o objetivo de receber informações sobre saúde sexual e reprodutiva.
Havia tempos que eu não conseguia me soltar como me solto agora. Conheci novas amizades. Não diria que eu formei amizades, eu formei uma família nesse centro.
De Direito das Mulheres da Associação Manapó. Estou aqui para partilhar convosco sobre nossos trabalhos. A Associação Manapó tem ajudado as meninas no empoderamento através de formações, treinamentos, e já foram treinadas 30 meninas no ano 2021 do projeto SEI, que é um projeto sobre exploração sexual em zonas mineiras. Essas meninas foram treinadas a partir do programa Brilha 2021 e têm levado a cabo atividades como debates, palestras, sensibilização nas praças, nas escolas, partilhando conhecimentos que elas aprenderam nesse programa Brilha 2021, ajudando assim outras meninas vulneráveis a aprenderem e a obter mais informações sobre saúde sexual e reprodutiva.
Ghana, the same case. We have seen girls who have come out boldly to go in marketplaces, to schools, the community, to advocate for their rights, speaking in their own rights. So I think one thing that is common amongst the three countries is the boldness that we have seen with the girls coming out.
We are proud advocates for change. Yay!
Mama mpasha me mawache. Pasha medindi Selina Wokomegbe. Na yɛda dwumadie bi edi a yɛfrɛ ne She-List. Na She-List no yɛmbota yɛ nyinaa ne sɛ yɛbɛma awofo ehunu hia sɛ yɛbɛma yɛ mama no so aka gyina yɛsie ho ɛwɔ efiefie mu ɛne yɛ nnwuma ahodwo mu na yɛtimi so atae wɔ n'akyi yɛtimi so aboa wɔ mo ama yɛpushi wɔ mo na ama daakye nso no wɔn so aba bɛyɛ akanifo papa ɛwɔ nnwuma ko ahodwo nyinaa mu nti wɔ ne She-List ne kakra a mebɔ ne tɔfa ɛde akyerɛw ɛfa yɛn project a yɛde ɛreba no.
Goal 5 of the Sustainable Development Goals seeks to ensure girls and young men attain equal opportunities by the year 2030. How will we achieve this goal when the rights of the girl child is being trampled on?
We should not underrate anyone. We should let equality be in our country.
So ladies and gentlemen, I run the streets, homes, and every corner in my community, sounding the news of a new dawn of change, a new era where girls are asked of their books and not of their boobs, an era where women's voices are heard and included in decision making. This is the time to secure a brighter future, like the early morning sunrise for the girl. Let's embrace it and live it.
We want girls to come together, to communicate, to share experiences. Yes, young women are coming into the space. We don't want to be a barrier to that, but we actually want to be able to pave a way because we have worked so hard to be able to be recognized. We are still working very hard.
My name is Stella. I live in Kenya. I'm living with a condition called cerebral palsy. People living in disability, most of them, they don't know their rights. So I also do advocate for that. I would like to first of all thank Femnet because through their platforms, they made me more confident and more rooted in rights of girls.
The bigger picture that we are looking at is changing the perspective that the community has, the general public, changing the perspective of policymakers, the civil society, women's rights organizations, so that they start looking at girls as key stakeholders who are making a meaningful contribution.
For me, I love changing the society, like transforming people from whoever they think they are and tell them these things happen and bringing them into the recent world, a world whereby one is free to express him or herself. Mostly I deal with teenagers, my peer teenagers. Like we get to find out where the problem is and solve it.
I see teenage girls advocacy having a lot of momentum. I think slowly there's a recognition in terms of teenage girls really coming up, how powerful they are, how they really articulate about their issues and very specific about what they want.
I have the voice, I have the courage, I have the confidence. I'm very empowered.
I can speak for myself. I can say that if this is no, this is no. And if it is yes, it is yes.